Hello my wonderful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. All right, sit tight. Let me tell you something. The story of Yul Edochie and Yul Edochie is a reminder to all people as to the effect of marriage on girl in a country like ours, our present country, Nigeria. Now you people have read the various detail in the story of the marriage between Yul Edochie and Queen May Edochie. Many of you got to know who Yul Edochie is either by reference to his famous father Sapit Edochie or through watching his movies where he had gained some fame as an actor there. And of course, you have been seeing or hearing the story of the collapse of his marriage. Maybe that is where you know about Yul Edochie. All right, thanks to his skit making ability. But you need to go back to the events of 20 years ago and relate them to what you see today about Yul Edochie. All right, my people. So over 20 years ago, Queen May Edochie was a student of computer engineering in Enugu State University, and Yul Edochie was a student of theater arts at the University of Port Harcourt. Okay, let's say we stop just with this information. You must come to the conclusion that May Edochie must have been a far more intelligent teenager than Yul Edochie was. And at the completion of high school, you need to score credits in English, mathematics, and physics before you could be admitted to study engineering course in any university. However, you could fail mathematics and all your science subject and still be admitted to study theater arts. That is it. In fact, in Nigeria, the king of art subjects at that time was law. I'm telling you for free. So it is clear that the only thing that could have prevented Yul Edochie from studying law, the king of art, was because he could not pass the subject needed for that. So in other words, he was not that bright. So you have two teenagers, one very intelligent and academically competitive, and the other apparently dull. Yul Edochie was apparently dull. So however, the intellectual superiority of one student was totally wiped out by the fact that she happened to be a girl, while the dull student was a boy. All right, so before we continue on this particular gist, let me welcome you guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is Queen May Nation Niger. Here we offer you mostly the Edochie's family gist. All right, so people, you all know that you are always welcome here. Click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that you won't miss my next interesting gist concerning the Edochie's family. All right, so let's look at this. When the two got married, it was obvious that the female was the more intelligent person and the male was less intelligent, Yul Edochie. But because the male was the male, he became the ruler of a female, which is Queen May Edochie. And it is an absurdity of nature and culture that the less intelligent person would lead the more intelligent person. But May had no problem with this at all. This woman had no issue. She accepted graciously this order of culture whereby the male lead regardless of the fact that he is not as intelligent as the female. May did not even complain. She did not. She probably didn't even give any thought to all this that I'm saying. So she had to accept the subordinate position because that was what marriage means in the culture she grew up in. All right, so but when you are led by a person who is not so intelligent, eventually your own intellect goes dormant. I'm telling you for free. So it becomes impossible for you to shine. So the only light in your compound will be coming from your husband, even if it is only a poor dim. In fact, even if your husband were that intelligent, they ought to be too light from your compound. But unfortunately, in the case of Yul Edochie and May Edochie, in May's case, Yul Edochie dulled the brightness of her star and projected his own blur light. People did not realize how intelligent, how wise and talented Queen May Edochie has been all these years that she has been married to Yul Edochie. And however, with the catastrophic behavior of Yul Edochie that led to the breakup of his marriage between him and Yul Edochie, Queen May Edochie, May was forced to stand on her own for the first time. People saw her in her own light, and her star is so bright. People were realizing that Queen May was actually the brain that held Yul Edochie together for so long. So as Pete Edochie being Chief Pete Edochie being Yul Edochie's father said, May's father-in-law was Pete Edochie. So once this is what Sir Pete Edochie said, once separated from May, you'll become unhinged so much that many now wonder if this was the same person they had respected and regarded so highly in the past. All right, the lesson from this particular story I'm giving you is very clear. If care is not taken, many marriages are nothing other than the suppression of subjugation of women involved in them. You must carefully watch the young man your teenage daughter is associating herself with. That boy that follows your daughter home should be watched. If you notice that your daughter is far more intelligent, you should wonder how it would be if your daughter end up being ruled by a person whose only credential is that he is a male. In other words, it is not enough that your future son-in-law is a male. He must also have what it takes to be your daughter's leader. You should ask, can this fellow lead my daughter tomorrow without dulling her stars? This is what parents should ask before allowing any man to, agree more with their daughter. So, if not for the beautiful children God gave to Yul Edochie and Queen May Edochie, a lot of people would easily consider the marriage between May and Yul Edochie a terrible mismatch. I'm telling you, right now, Judy Austin is a better match for Yul Edochie. Ironically, I'm telling you, Judy Austin and Yul Edochie are actually, ironically, soulmates. They think alike. They are intellectually compatible. They believe in the same absurdities. For instance, let me tell you something. They both believe that the law does not even mean anything. They believe that in pursuing their desire, there is no need to consider how their action affects people around them. They believe that once there is instant gratification, there is no need to consider the future. There is no need of whatsoever to consider the future. That is why you never pause to wonder how his action would affect his wife, Queen May Edochie, or how they would affect his children with Queen May Edochie. In fact, let me tell you something. He did not even care how they would affect his fan base and his career as a leading actor in Nigeria movie industry. He did not consider this. He did not even consider how they might affect his family name and the legacy of his father, Sir Pete Edochie, the man who built a legacy for Yul Edochie to come and enjoy. Yul Edochie did not consider all these things. All he and Judy Austin cares about seems to be the present moment. What happened 15 minutes after their action? 15 minutes after their 15 minutes of fame has replaced the genuine guest of solid legacy and enduring relic of greatness Yul Edochie has. I'm telling you guys for free. So what do you have to say concerning this? Do want to drop your own comments on the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications so that you won't miss my next video. See you guys in my next video.